Hello, good evening to you all, and welcome back to another session of the Fridge Concert Series live stream. We're very excited this evening to have with us renowned saxophonist Artur Grigoryan. Welcome, Artur.
Hello, good evening, Shelley. Thank you so much.
Now, Artur, you've graduated through Armenian Conservatoire and into Berklee College in Boston.
Yeah, 2009 I got a scholarship and I went to Boston. I graduated.
Exciting times.
It was good, really. I missed. I hope I go again.
Yeah, we all hope we go again.
It will be. It will come.
So you play an instrument that we often think of as one of the kings of the jazz world, because we're talking jazz tonight, the saxophone.
Yes. The main direction by me, the main direction of the saxophone is the jazz music. But a lot of musicians, of course, great musicians, they're using in a classical music as well. But the saxophone sound, it fits very well in the jazz. This is my opinion.
The sax is an instrument that we love enormously and we think of as part of our everyday life, but actually it's quite a new instrument in the history of instruments.
It is. It is new. It's not very old. The creator was Adolf Sax, and he born 1814. Then he created saxophone early 1840. He was a Belgian musician and innovator. And the first saxophone, by the way, it was made it by wood. Then they made it by metal, brass.
So the sound must have developed a lot.
But it's a woodwind.
Yeah.
It's not called a brass instrument because we are using a reed. This is the mouthpiece with the reed.
Which leads me to another thought. We often see many different sizes of saxophone that range from high pitch to low pitch. Could you just give us a bit of...
The saxophone families is, I will tell you, sopranino, soprano, alto, tenor, baritone, bass saxophone, and there is one more, bass baritone saxophone.
Gosh.
But most demanded the saxophones, which is using, it's the soprano, alto, tenor, and bari sax. These four.
So the last time that you were on the Fridge Concert Series stage was in season 30.
Yes, it was so successful and so beautiful, and I was waiting for that concert series as well, because not only concert was that, and same time that was a CD launch. I released my debut album.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
And, I mean, talking about your album, I also want to encourage people, because the album's called Good Intention.
Good Intention. There was eight composition, and 6 of mine, and one is jazz standard I arrange. We played by our way, we recorded by our way, and one very famous song from very famous rapper singer back then, 90, Tupac Shakur, which is the piece. It's called California Love. So 8 compositions, and I recorded in Armenia. We recorded in Armenia. Then for mixing, mastering, this all polishing stuff, I sent one of my good friends to Holland. He helped me. He did that there. And printing, thanks to my friend, we done in Moscow. Then releasing in the Dubai, in a fridge.
It's a beautiful, beautiful album. So if any of you have a chance to have a listen, it's well worth.
It's available all over the online platforms. If somebody will be interested to have it, to buy it, it's there. Artur Grigoryan, Good Intention.
I think now if we could invite Carlos, Narek, Satya on stage, and while the rest of the quartet join us this evening. This evening are not your compositions, but we're going to be exploring some favorite jazz standards.
Yeah, traditional jazz music. This is a kind of traditional quartet also. And we are going to play jazz standards. One of the famous standards.
So you're kicking off with a tune by Sonny Rollins.
Sonny Rollins, yes, Sonny Moon for 2. It's a blues.
Nice.
And Sonny Rollins, we all know he's one of the genius tenor saxophone players, and it's a life legend.
And then following on, you moving. What is your second track?
Second track is Somebody or Faye. Beautiful samba song. hope you will enjoy. Hope you
Great.
will enjoy.
Excellent.
Okay, I think time to start. Yes.
I think so too.
So the third song we going to play one of the great composers and creators of bebop direction in the jazz music. I'm talking about the Thelonious Monk. The piece is called Rhythm Ning. It's Rhythm Changes, beautiful song written by Thelonious Monk. Enjoy.
Good vibes. Honestly, that just changed everything. The whole night's different now. There's nothing like, I mean, all music is good, but there's nothing like jazz to really, really swap it up and put a smile on your face. So, yeah, Narek, I see you standing up.
Hello.
Interested to know, to do what you've just done, just to give us a bit of an idea, how long does it take to get to this stage?
10 to 15 years,
That's impressive.
I hope.
Of a lot of hard work, I imagine.
Yes, yeah. Practicing.
So it's very clear to us that the piano plays a big role in the harmony when it comes to this sort of a formation. When you're approaching jazz standards, how do you approach what you do as a pianist?
So first, you have to take the song with the original chords and harmony. Then you have to check it out until you get the proper
Super
way,
familiar with
because the piano is not only solo instrument, it's also like accompaniment instrument, so
Yeah.
you have to figure it out. Yeah, there is a lot of things.
It's incredibly impressive. It's been a joy to listen to you.
Thanks.
And then moving around to another important member, well, everyone's important here today, the bass, which beds everything down. Carlos.
Yes.
So we're used to seeing an upright bass and electric bass, both of which you use in jazz interchangeably, don't you?
Yes.
But what is this sassy little number that you're clutching?
That's actually the electric version of the double bass. So it basically does the same as a double bass, but it has the advantage of being smaller and more. You can move it here and there easier than
Yeah.
the big double bass, which is like a very fragile instrument.
Yeah, much
Like,
easier.
it can break, and this one is when it comes to moving around, that's the best option. But basically, it does the same.
And your relationship as a player to an instrument, which to us from the outside looks very, very, very different. Does it change your relationship to the instrument?
It's pretty much the same. The only difference, like sound-wise, you lose a bit of the percussion. When you are playing a double bass, you usually have this percussion of the strings, hitting the neck. But apart from that, it's almost the same.
So you feel as expressive.
No, no, but
So there is a subtle.
yes. I mean, it's. I cannot say it's the same, but you get used to it.
Yeah.
It all depends of the ambience and the level of the. I mean, how the band wants to, how it looks physically.
Yeah.
Having a double bass, it adds a lot of good visual.
Yeah, warmth. It's a familiar, traditional.
Yes, exactly. Like having this one is like, okay, yeah, that's like a piece of wood, but no, but it actually does some work on it.
But it's got its own appeal.
Yeah, of course, it's really nice. But I think again, the best advantage of this instrument is being small and more movable.
Yeah. So you're imagining this while you're holding.
Yes.
Oh, brilliant! Thanks.
Thank you.
Now coming to you, Satya.
Hello.
Hello. And now I know you as an extremely versatile drummer. Can you walk us through, obviously, there is a huge difference between what you would face as a pop rock drummer or as a jazz setup. Can you give us a bit of an insight?
Yeah, playing-wise, in jazz, it's more focused on this cymbal here and the hi-hats.
Okay.
So you're mainly playing beat on this and keeping 2 and 4 on the hi-hats, beat 2 and 4, which in rock music, you're concentrating on the 1 and the 3 side of the
Yeah.
beat. So it's totally different, yeah. I've been mainly playing this on 2 and 4 while riding on this, and then on the snare drum, the bass drum, I'm trying to complement the soloist between those two instruments as best I can.
And then there's, of course, that dreamy thing that you only really get in jazz, don't you? Which is the...
Oh, the brushes, yeah. Yeah, you use that for mainly ballads, slow songs. You can spread the sound over the snare drum, or in samba, in a fast samba where you're just moving that type of sound.
Yeah, where it gives energy.
Yeah, it gives a nice energy to it. And it's not as loud as sticks as well.
And then when it comes to solos, the drum kit is not as big as potentially.
Yeah, it's usually a four-piece in a jazz context. And maybe two rides. That's what I use, two ride cymbals. In a rock, you probably need more crashes and maybe thicker hi-hats for a bigger sound. So lighter cymbals mainly. And the drums are usually tuned up a lot higher, so you get more of a high-pitched sound rather than a rock kind of a thuddy sound.
Oh, thanks very much. Super interesting.
Thanks.
Right, circling back to you, Artur.
Yes.
You have a really exciting quartet on stage, which we just chatted to. Armenian, Cuban, Irish. How does that translate into a jazz setting? What does it bring to the ensemble?
That is one of the beautiful sides of the jazz music. When a collaboration comes from different countries and cities. And especially in a jazz, like we all know, we have a free space to improvise, right? In other styles, let's say classical or the pop, it's a strict, you have to keep wherever is there written. So if you're playing jazz and with the musicians from different countries, they each bringing their approach, their unique approach in the music, and it's so interesting to collaborate by that way. And especially in jazz, again, I will tell you, it gives you more space and the freedom. You can say something from your side, just stand up and play some solo, which is beautiful. Every jazz musician, for sure, they enjoy just to stand up and say something from your side.
So it's so enriching because you have all of these different backgrounds which then feed into this freedom which you described so
Yes,
well. And
yes.
gives us a different
It is.
sound out of perhaps a more narrow approach.
It is.
So leads us to now our next couple of tracks that you're going to be...
We have two more songs. The next one is it's called Up Jump Spring, written by Freddie Hubbard, one of the great jazz trumpet players in jazz history. And he has been big influence after him many generations, not only trumpet players. He was an amazing composer and improviser and arranger. So yeah, Up Jump Spring from Freddie Hubbard.
Brilliant. I'm going to leave you to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. We have one more song for you. Hope you are enjoying. And yeah, the next one is a song written by John Coltrane, the genius John Coltrane, which is influence for all over the saxophone players all over the world, jazz saxophone players. One of my heroes and teachers. All the time I listen and I transcribe. So, and I want to say thank you to Fridge. I want to say thank you all the team, and of course thank you to my friends, those great musicians, Satya on the drums, Carlos on the bass, and Narek on the piano. My name is Artur. I'm playing this instrument. It's called saxophone. Thank you. Lazy Bird, written by John Coltrane. We arranged this piece, and we're gonna play by our way. It's a little bit funky. Thanks. Thank you. Have a good night.
what a pleasure having you here with us tonight. It's been an absolute joy, and the whole vibe in the fridge is completely swapped up. So I hope that everybody, wherever you are, feels exactly the same. Thank you so much, Artur Grigoryan Quartet,
Thank you very much.
for your
Thanks so
time,
much.
energy, and incredible musicianship.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing you very soon on another Fridge Concert Series live stream. A very quick shout out to amazing partners who you will see rolling up on the screen. Not possible without their input and support. And yeah, take care, and we'll see you very soon. Good night.